Hey, welcome to the Morning Brew. Hi, that's my signature wave you see at the beginning of the show. All right, we're back on the Morning Brew for Monday, and it is Culture Day. It's time to check your local IQ. Yeah. All right, to do that, here he is, Steve Westman.
Hello.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hey, Steve. How are you?
I'm good today. Thank you very much.
You didn't wear the red hat on this set. I should have brought that.
I always forget the extra prop. I'll wear it next time.
Okay.
It's too early.
It's early for me today. Anyway, new issue of the IQ is out. The new restaurant report, which is,
fantastic.
It's a great issue for us, but I'm a little more excited about the fact that I have a brand new column in the magazine.
Let's put the graphic up. We want to announce the new column name. It's a nice photo.
It's a West Naaman photo.
Here,
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's great.
Here it comes. It'll be, there it is.
So
there we are.
it's
You look like you're in deep thought.
I am.
Tony.
I am curious. And there's the hat. There we
All
go.
right.
And we've made it perfect. Ta-da! So the Curious Townie is basically my take on what's going on around town. As a local boy that grew up here, what's going on, what's happening. I talked about the ribbon cutting ceremony at the aquarium where the Gorhams had donated some money, and it was a fun little day down there. And then there's this thing about these raccoons running around the De Anza property, which is kind of an odd little thing. But I also talked about Rob Dixon's hopeful development at the De Anza, and then the shutting of the doors of a really great store in Nob Hill called Revolver.
Did
So-
it close?
He's going to.
They're gone. He is in the process of finding another spot, but after 10 years, he's out of there. And I live in Nob Hill, so I'm not going to always talk about Nob Hill, but I've got my heart in there, and
Right.
Sure.
I've lived there since '83, and in 1984 is when our guest right here showed up on the scene, Kenny Chavez.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Kenny, welcome to the couch.
Thank you.
Good to have
Good
you
to
here.
be here. I'm glad I'm here.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Kenny, you are an artist, and you're going to be showing your work again this weekend in conjunction with the Noche de Oro, and the Cinco de Mayo event.
Cinco de Mayo event, yes, sir.
Yeah.
At La Parada and a farming table out on 4th Street, south of Alameda. It's going to go on from 9 to 4 on Saturday.
Very good. Now, you're a folk artist.
I am a folk artist, recycle artist, reclaimed folk artist. There's all kinds of titles, but folk artist, recycle artist are the titles I go by.
Here's a graphic of the event that's going to be taking place.
Okay.
And it's going to be this Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Have you, either of you been before?
I haven't.
To this event?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
It's what, 7 years now?
It's 7 years now, 4 years at La Parada. My idea was to have this little folk art show and travel every neighborhood all over the city. And so it started out in Nob Hill, where I live, and not too far from Stephen. And from there it went to Los Griegos for a few years. And after that, I've been at La Parada for 4 years now. She will not let me go. She loves my show there, and I love having my show there. Boy, I want somebody to step up and say, hey, can we have your show back in Nob Hill or the Heights or somewhere else in the city?
It'd be fun to be all over town
It
every
would
other
be
year.
fun, yeah,
It'd be kind of
yeah.
a way to pop it up. So.
But right now, I'm happy at La Parada. They've been very good hosts for us.
You too. It's a great day. I mean, it's food, it's music, it's this.
The atmosphere there.
All the art just blows your mind.
Yeah,
So,
it's really cool.
Yeah,
art.
so what can we expect then? So can we buy art?
You can buy
Is it
art.
folk music?
I have a lineup of 4 bands playing throughout the day up until 4. Starting off with Las Flores del Valle. This is Carol Vigil and Leila Flores Dueñas. I hope I said her name right. And 2 women that play beautiful mariachi music. They'll play for the first hour. And then we have Alpha Blue playing for an hour. That's Debo and Keith.
Debo's great.
Debo's great. She's been around Albuquerque forever. And then we have Joni Sear and Derek. They'll be doing a duo set. Joni is from Cadillac Bob and the Rhinestones. And then we'll close the set with E. Christina here and the Wild Frontier. They have a new album coming out, and they're going to perform for us as well. And almost 40 artists, incredible
wow.
artists, all doing handmade art.
Now we have some of your art here, and we have some photos also of some of your work. And you are the reclaimed guy. Look at this collection of green and blue glass.
I know. This is my studio. I was getting ready here for this show coming up, and I had a show this last weekend up at the Open Space Visitor Center, and I was preparing for both shows simultaneously, one week after the next. And this is the kind of stuff I'll be showing at my show. And
I always find a Mother's Day gift down there. And she knows it's from Kenny, which makes it even better.
I have a fascination with Mrs Butterworth bottles. I just make all kinds of neat things. These are my hanging Mrs Butterworth angels.
You must eat a lot of pancakes.
I don't even have the syrup in my house. You know, I just go out looking for the bottles. They don't make them anymore. All these cold cream jars are all plastic now. Cool. They're not made in
now we got some flowers here.
Yeah, cut out metal flowers. You can see the rust on this white jar here. A lot of these come from the bottle graveyard that's out in the South Valley behind the National Hispanic Cultural Center, where the city dumped all kinds of glass and shards forever. You can go there now and pick through glass, and that's where I find those to make my art.
You're literally turning trash into art.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Trying to save the land of enchantment, little piece by little piece.
What really inspired you to start doing this type of art?
Well, when I had my store-in crowd in Albuquerque and Nob Hill for 18 years, the last 8 years, I started introducing artwork by local artists in my store. All kinds of wonderful things were coming in, and I'm just sitting at the counter, and I'm like, oh, I want to do some art too. So I'd pick up a piece of wood, and I'd start nailing, and I don't know, I got really big into making crosses for a while I had my store. And I would work basically with old rusty metal. I started out with rusty metal, old boards, old wire, and I've kind of evolved to working with glass, bottles, old jars, and colored metal now. And I favor colored metal now. Sometimes it's even hard to get, but I acquire it and cut it all up with scissors. I cut everything with scissors. Yep.
It's cool if you walk in Masks y Mas, which is where you are now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can walk in and you can see Kenny a lot of the time working on the art right there.
Yep.
It's like that working
He's going to set up, we have a studio in our gallery set up for having artists doing, demonstrational work while the store is open. I am there. We have a Pancho Leon there doing our leather work at Masks y Mas. And another gentleman, let me see, James Montoya is painting in the gallery as well. And they have me cutting and making my stuff as well. And so folks, come out and see Masks y Mas. It's a wonderful store, really local, lots of local stuff. It's really, really neat. Yeah, glad I'm there.
That's really cool.
So give us the rundown again. This Saturday you're out there with all your friends and a lot of music. It's at Farm and Table.
Yes.
All day long.
All day long. 9 o'clock in the morning. The artwork is for sale. The bands start at, I think I have the first band at 10:30. I can't remember right now.
You were the real impresario here.
I'm dealing with so much. Yeah, I'm doing it all. Yeah. Well, I got a volunteer this year. She's going to help me blow up balloons. But gosh, last year I'd blow up balloons and get everybody set up. It was just like doing everything at once in 2 hours before we open the show.
This is a drop in and have fun thing.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, it is. Farm and Table in La Parada. It's set up on a couple of acres. Farm and Table, as some people know, they grow their own produce and they bring it to the restaurant. And they'll have their own special menu for the afternoon, and they'll have their restaurant open for the evening for dinner on that day. La Parada is a wonderful store. It's an old historical building. It used to be a stagecoach stop on 4th Street back in cowboy days.
Yeah.
And you can still see the little portholes in the building where the rifles used to go through the holes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so I just think La Parada and just the whole atmosphere being in the North Valley, it's really awesome. The air smells fresh. Everything's green. The pastures are green. And I think by now people are ready to get out of their homes and get out and see what's going on.
Spring fever.
Yes.
And will you have your art there for sale?
I will have everything I've made so far in the year there.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm really excited.
Will these be there?
These will be there.
And if you sell out of anything, can people reproduce things? Like if
I do custom orders.
Sold?
No, this was not sold. It's a custom. It's a piece I've had. I made this 2 years ago, and I'm still holding on to it. I love this little Sacred Heart piece. Santo Nino. He's in the center there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's he's a saint that's devoted to people that are healing from illnesses or people that are not able to walk well. If you go to the Chimayo Church in Chimayo, they have an homage to him, and that's my homage to Santo Nino de Atoche. It's got the Vicks bottles for healing, and the leg Milagros at the bottom, and the little shoes, which represent people that weren't able to walk.
Steve, thanks for bringing Kenny. This is fascinating.
He's one of my favorite people.
Thank you.
This was awesome.
Congrats on the new retitled column.
Yay,
The Curious
thank you.
County. Fantastic. Steve Westman, check your local IQ. Kenny, what a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much for letting me be here.
I hope people come out
Thank
for
you.
that
Thank
you so
this
much.
coming weekend. We'll be back in a moment, tell you about Cinco de Mayo after this on the Morning Brew.